So, Rue, who do you think we should summon this week?
Maybe someone from, a world similar to the one we had last time would be nice, but I can't remember which world we pulled from last time. But
Yeah, me neither. Maybe Ashura, no. Ashura, what? Wait.
Kobold to D3, plane 2.
Interesting move. I'll raise you to E2 to F4.
Intriguing. Oh, hey, from Rue.
What? Who is that, and what are you doing?
Oh, this is Dag. We are playing Dragon Chess. Dag, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is Dag Hammarskjöld. Pleased to meet you.
pleased to meet you as well.
And who am I in the company of?
I am Rue.
Hello, Ru.
I am Ephraim, and can I play with this dragon piece?
Hello, Ephraim. Ashura.
I mean, that is my piece, but go ahead. Maybe we should put this game on pause.
Yay!
We can.
And maybe we should start on the original item that we brought you here. You are up for an interview, correct?
Die, tiny soldiers.
I believe so. We were just waiting for your friends. We just so happen to have a dragon chessboard, which is quite exciting.
I always love a good game of Dragon Chess, but we can finish this game afterwards now that my friends are here.
Thank you for having me.
Yes.
I do have to ask, am I still at the Sword Coast?
Yes, your body is still at the Sword Coast, but your mind is currently in the realm of dreams and forgotten memories.
Is it close to the Forgotten Realms?
Not exactly.
I joke, I kid.
But yes. And thank you for coming on the Delegation of Dreamers.
Like I said, thank you for having me.
What kind of a name is Dog?
My mother from Helsinki named me Dag. Our family name is Hammarskjöld. It's spelled differently than it is pronounced.
Interesting. It is always fun to have a name that people can't read out and be right. That's one of the reasons why I stopped using my last name. People never got it right.
A name that you can't pronounce, like your species name.
I will have you know, Cephalodus Fay is not that hard to say.
Let me get a crack. Cephalodus Fay.
See?
Do I get a cookie?
Yes. I have multiple kinds.
It's really easy to say Cephalefleffe. Everyone can do it.
Are those the Kobold Scout cookies?
These ones are not the Kobold Scout cookies. These are cookies that I made specially.
Ooh, like I always say, nothing beats homemade.
Yes. I am usually not the one to cook the cookies. We have kobolds who make Kobold Scout cookies.
Oh,
I've been getting better at baking, so...
interesting, because in our world, we have kobolds making kolaches. They're delicious, perfectly baked bread with little tiny sausage and scrambled eggs, vegetables inside. Always good for breakfast.
Yes. I had a question, and now it's gone because I got sidetracked.
So, is that your favorite breakfast food?
Oh, yes. Traveling adventurers should not go amiss without some kolaches. The best one we had was at Brunhilda's tavern. She got into it with a weird wizard and got these kobolds making these kolaches.
We need to teach our kobolds to do them.
Yeah, maybe we should teach our kobolds to make cookies. Might I say, this is delicious.
Thank you.
So, did you say you were from the Sword Coast?
Yes. Initially from Helsinki. I grew up to a fine age, old enough to be away from home. They sent me to Greenest to be a fighter. There I trained under the tutelage of Old Man Jenkins.
Is there a lot of fighting to do in Greenest?
Unfortunately, none, but I got, let's just say, voluntold. A bunch of cultists tried to invade Greenest But just what happens, my school is there, and we beat the snot out of them. We did encounter a blue dragon. That sucker never landed.
I'm just looking at this little dragon piece. Wouldn't it be easy for this piece to just rampage all across the green board?
I would say too. But Dragon Chess is a game of patience. You get to know your enemy or your ally.
That's probably one of the reasons why I never win at Dragon Chess. I'm not the most patient person, and also I'm not very good at strategizing on a long scale.
Sometimes you just have to find the right game. But, Dag, could you tell us a bit about where you're from?
Yeah. Like I said, I was from Helsinki. It is another continent away from the Sword Coast. I was not misbehaving, but my mother wanted for me to do something. So she sent me here to Greenest to be a fighter.
Was there anything that you wanted to be before being a fighter?
Not at all. Not at all. When I was at home, I picked up the hobby of magic tricks. I never got good at it, but I'm okay with the sleight of hand. When I arrived at Greenest at Old Man Jenkins' School of Fighters, and there he taught me how to be a dual wielder.
So do you wield a sword in each hand?
At the moment, yes. I find it comfortable, an extension of my extremities, my hands, arms. Once I did hear about a fighter that fought with 8 blades. 8.
How does one hold that many blades?
I'm not sure how, but
So he holds one in each hand, one in his mouth, one in each foot, one up his butt.
If he could, he would.
Just leaves two more.
He puts it on his elbows, the bend of his elbows, and the bend of his knees. That's I think that's 7. Leaves 1 foot to balance on.
Have you ever put these fighting skills to good use?
Fighting skills, yes. I'm also excellent in grappling. I must tell you this. The side quest I had with a bear, a polar bear. Oh, rest in Valhalla, Bjorn. The way I met Bjorn, we were moored in a glacier. We saw a polar bear. The captain dared me. He said, I bet you can't beat that bear. And I said, watch, I'll beat him barehanded. And I laughed all the way up to the bear. Mind you, this bear was an excellent fighter. Mid-fight, I was determined. I want him as a companion. I grappled him. I tried to choke him. He has a very thick neck. But eventually, I got to him. I performed a Swedish suplex. And that got him.
Not a Swedish chef?
No, sir. No, sir. As a joke from my companions, my party, they did tease me that I look and sound like the Swedish chef. I get too excited, you see, and I fight.
Who is this Swedish chef?
I'm not too sure, sir. But he's really good with knives. I think he's a knife seller.
Oh, I remembered one of my questions.
Ah, there you go.
I noticed that you have some interesting weapons. They seem to be magical.
Yes, 2 swords at my hips, since I'm a 2-weapon fighter. Would you like to see? Is it okay if I show my swords?
Well, I don't mind. I love seeing magic items, whether they be weapons or more defensive measures or other.
As long as showing your swords is not a euphemism.
Oh, you are so funny, Mr. Ayafrem. Dragon Ayafrem. Let me step back. This was gifted by a wizard. He said that I could use this during this adventure. Might I ask, what time of day is it?
I don't know. I haven't been outside for ages.
Well, I was outside just moments ago and it seems to be nighttime.
Nighttime. That explains the purple dark blade. Right now, I have Soul Dusk. Soul Dusk has a name, you know. Her name is Karen. Now, let me try and see. Ah, yes. I have Sharon, the counterpart of the Soul Blade. She only comes out during the daytime.
Very interesting. A possibly sentient weapon.
I know. May I show you another thing that my blade does?
Sure.
I do a Soul Blast. That's a neat trick from this blade. I call it a Soul Blast.
Seems quite potent.
Very.
Do you use that trick during festivities?
I have not, no, but I have used the hilt to interrogate somebody. You see, the blade only is friendly towards me. Anybody else that tries to use the blade gets singed and burned.
Quite a unique blade.
Yes, very much so.
We're going to have to get the kobolds to scrub the ceiling of the cave. There's a scorch mark now.
I'm sorry. But thank you. Thank you for entertaining me with this, entertaining my request.
Of course.
Maybe once I finish this game of Dragon Chess, I'll help clean up my mess.
Yes. Speaking of the dragon chess, while we were playing, you were telling me, I think, about a cult you once faced.
Yes, the same cult that invaded Greenest, the same time that I was there. That's the time I met my first party. Yeah, they call themselves the Cult of the Dragon Queen.
A cult?
Yep, a cult with uniforms and everything. Matching necklaces, too.
Fashionable.
Why don't we have matching necklaces?
We're broke.
Me too, unfortunately. I only have 410 gold on me. On my body. I can't even use it here.
Oh, technically, we're not broke. We both have hoards, but do we really want to spend our hoards on matching necklaces?
Yes, no, I'm not spending my gold on necklaces.
That's what I thought.
If you really need, I could lend you a couple of diamonds. I've got more than enough.
To me or the group?
Both. I don't know if you'd be allowed to keep the diamonds whenever you go back to the waking world. At least for now, you could look at them and play around with them.
Yeah, may I borrow some of your diamonds?
Yes. Here you go. Here's
And
a couple of them.
couple or Dag tries to catch it, shuffles it on his hand, like you see it bouncing and juggling, sliding across his hand. See, I told you, I'm good with sleight of hand.
Indeed, quite impressive.
What can you tell us? Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, I have a feeling that I know the answer to this one, but do you have any ties to any deities? I don't see anything on you suggesting such, but I am obligated to ask.
Thank you for asking that question. You know, Sunblade, I feel like there's an entity, stronger being trapped inside that sword. Two of them, explaining the dual personality.
And the fact that one wants to speak to the manager is probably explained by that too.
You are quite a comedian there, Rule.
I try. But yes, that weapon is quite interesting. If you come back any time in the future, I hope you've learned more about it so that you can tell us more.
Yes, I will gladly share. Yes.
I believe Ashur was going to ask something, too.
I just wanted to ask a bit more about your party. You said you met your party while hunting down the cult?
Yes. So, like I said, I was a greenist. I was voluntold since I was there and I'm a fighter.
Who were you voluntold by?
The mayor, stingy fellow, don't want to give up his potions for an adventuring group. His name, what is his name? Corvette.
Corvette?
That's his name. Corvette, yes, Corvette.
Sounds like the name of a vehicle.
No, what's a vehicle?
Another plane of existence. Never mind.
Ah,
But can you tell us a bit about the party?
yes, of course. During that time, we had, sorry, rest in power, my friends. Valora, our druid. Boy, was she strong and powerful. She transforms into a big dog. Or maybe a fox. Nope, it's a wolf. Big wolf. And then our bard. His name was Cassius. Most excellent. Very supportive. He shoots them bad guys from way far. I see an energy blast from his fingers.
Energy blast.
Mm-hmm.
What school of martial art is that?
The bard, he does carry a lute.
Oh.
I think he's a bard. He had a ranger. He eventually got lost in the forest. He got lost. He said that that's his favorite place to be, the forest. And then this asshole, may I say this word?
Sure.
This asshole of an asshat, Mordai, this blue tiefling warlock. Ooh, he crossed us bad.
What makes them so bad?
Because when we faced the cult at their floating castle, he just switched, turned evil. It's palpable evil. He killed Cassius and Valora. Oh, I forgot to tell you, Balgriff, the barbarian dwarf, and Lenora. All three of us vowed if we found Mordai, we'll kill him like a dirty, traitorous dog that he is.
And you still haven't found him.
No, sir, not yet. But we were told during our adventures that he made a new cult of Tiamat.
How many Tiamats are there?
One for most every world.
And it seems like most of them have a couple of cults. So how many cults does that mean?
Yeah, there's a near infinite amount of Tiamats and cults.
Maybe we should band together and fight this evil once and for all.
We have other evils to fight over here.
Yes, I would say I unfortunately don't think we can do much outside of our own plane of existence. We can sway things a little here and there, but we can't really do too much against the evils of other worlds.
You'd like to stay neutral?
It's more that we can't do anything.
Hey, and of course we can, not with attitude.
It's a trash can, not a trash can. I did not mean to. Jest. It's a jest. I'm sorry.
I don't believe Rue took it in.
Yes.
Rue tends to take out jokes in stride.
When you're the brunt of most of the jokes, you tend to take them in stride very well. But, yes, I understood what you meant.
Rue, we love you.
Sure you do.
I'm starting to love you too, Rue. I'm starting to love you too.
Well, thank you. It's nice to be appreciated. Even if it is as the brunt of the joke most of the time.
Are you currently hunting down the rest of your cult?
My cult? We don't have a cult, sir.
My apologies. The cult. The new cult.
The new cult, yes. Oh, I did. Ha. Can I tell you this story? This asshole Morda uses jesters as an emissary or a messenger. Oh, you want to hear what we did to this jester?
Absolutely.
Oh, the first time we met him, we threw eggs at him. One was rotten.
Oh my.
The second time we meet, this slippery, eggy bastard slipped through our grasp. But I vowed, I told my monk friend, Fergie, once I see this jester asshole, I will launch you at him. I'll throw a fastball special. Okay? She said, okay. Sure enough, the third time we meet this asshole, I grabbed our barbarian dwarf and I told him to grab onto Fergie. And I launched them. I did the Swedish suplex and launched them. And it was magnificent and glorious. Mid-air Balgriff, still clutching to the waist of Fergie, released her and did his own mid-air suplex, propelling Fergie to faster speeds. And then she popped up her arms, her astral arms. Those are magnificent, like winged fists. And she beat the snot out of this jester.
Oh.
He's dead now. Ha!
Quite a talented group you have.
Thank you, thank you.
What is a suplex?
Oh, there's two versions. One is the belly to belly. The name as it sounds. You put your belly in my belly, in their belly, and then you grab them by the hips,
Kinky.
and then you throw them. I don't think they're kinky when you dunk their heads on the floor. Maybe they're into that, but I didn't ask. They're usually unconscious. And then my version is the Swedish suplex. I'm from Swedish.
Ah, the land of Swedish.
Yes. I go behind them and I dunk their head on the ground from behind.
That's quite a move.
How long have you been traveling with your party members?
I would say about 2 years now.
So you know them quite well.
Quite well, yes. Well enough to not step on their toes mid-battle.
Oh, yeah, I hate when that happens.
Fortunately, when they step on the tail.
Oh, that seemed to look like it hurt.
Dragons generally prefer to fight alone.
Gives us more space to spread our wings.
Mm-hmm.
So in all of your journeys, what would you say is your favorite journey you've gone on? Favorite quest?
My favorite quest so far,
Or was that the one on the
the Ice Capades.
ice capade?
Oh, that's one of them. That's top 3, I would say. Number 2 is the Ice Capades, trying to look for this dragon horn in this glacier isles. Number 3 is when we went to this floating castle.
Fruiting Castle.
Floating.
Floating, like in air on water.
Mid-air.
Midair.
Yeah, would be a good escape because we had to jump really high. Would be much better if it was floating on water.
What happened there?
That's when we found out when Mordai how traitorous he is. We did beat a baby drag. Oh, sorry.
You beat up a baby dragon?
Dragon AFM. I'm so sorry, but this dragon attacked us. We tried to be gentle. We tried to be diplomatic.
Why are you the only one he's apologizing to?
Oh! I did not notice, Ashura. You're a dragon too. I'm so sorry.
I mean, it's a little obvious, but I'll let it slide.
Thank you. Thank you, benevolent dragons.
So, it came after you in the sky?
In the sky. He was in the castle, the baby dragon.
Why is there a baby on a floating sky? Normally they should be with their parent.
I don't know what this cult is doing, but it's sketchy if you ask me. That's why we tried to call them, beat them,
How many more pieces of the cult would you say you have to hunt down?
A lot more, sir.
So your journey's only just begun.
Yes.
During your quest, have you done anything that you regret?
Yes. Yes.
Is the dragon one of them?
I would hope.
In hindsight, yes. Now that I'm in the presence of 2 strong dragons.
And that's at the level Fae.
But
Sorry. Just had to mention Yuru.
Yes. Well, I can see the necessity of defeating dragons probably easier than most, but I also have 2 dragon friends that'll protect me from other dragons should the dragon attack, correct?
that sounds like a smart move.
Yes, absolutely.
You say that as if you wouldn't protect me if another dragon appeared.
Yes, absolutely.
Now I'm starting to rethink my priorities here.
So, what did you do that you regret?
Yes, I regret. During combat, sometimes I get overexcited. Unbeknownst to me, the hut that these hags, swamp hags, they were carrying children. The children that we were tasked to look for. I collapsed the house on top of them, sadly.
I'm assuming not on purpose.
No, not on purpose, no, never. My mother and old man Jenkins taught me well.
What series of events led you to bring the house down?
Well, the hags are using their hut as a high ground. So I said to myself, I'm going to level the playing field and bring the house down. And so I did,
And you didn't know there were children inside.
until it's too late. Oh,
But no dragon children, I hope.
no, none. Well,
Okay, good.
except for that baby dragon. Like I said, I'm sorry.
It is okay. Everyone makes mistakes.
I mean, not everyone kills a lot of children, though. But
Uh, well, as I was going to say, everyone makes mistakes, some bigger than others, but you didn't know they were there, so while it's still a horrible thing to have happened, it's not something you should be too hard on yourself for, because at least you didn't do it on purpose. I know some people who would have done that on purpose, despite knowing that there are children there. Yes, Ephraim, I'm looking at you.
That poor orphanage.
Oh, oh, I'm so sorry.
Don't ask about the smolders outside.
So, any other children that you've killed during your travels?
I don't think that's a good question.
Not to my knowledge, but recently at Waterdeep, this entrepreneur, his name is Vance Slurwood. He did say that I killed his brother. I don't know how I did it. He said he found my business card. It was those free trial business cards. I was starting my bounty hunter business, but I don't know how he found it. But I feel like that answers your question.
Do you still have those business cards?
I took the one that he said that I left.
Oh, can I take this?
Yes, you may.
Just in case I have any adventuring business, I'll know who to call.
Yes, it's me. I can do that. I can offer you a diggity daggity guarantee. Thumbs up.
I'll just write down here on the corner, no rescue missions.
No?
No children.
Oh,
Don't go making him feel bad again.
I'll do it for a fair price.
All right. It's good to know.
So, to veer away from that, what would you say is your biggest aspiration for the future? Outside of the combat-related things and the cult.
As soon as we get rid of this cult, I'm hoping I can settle, go back to Helsinki, tend to the manor, and hopefully bring my mom a daughter-in-law.
Very good aspirations.
I have to focus. I am eyeing this lady at our manor at Waterdeep. I fancy her, but I haven't gotten to her yet.
Well, you're a stand-up guy, so I think you'll be fine.
I can also sit down.
Hey.
Rue is rubbing off on me.
You make me regret that I packed away the drum sets. No, wait, here it is. Boom.
Oh dear.
But you seem like a rather good fellow. Oh, I think you'll be able to reach those goals.
Thank you. I think sitting down with you guys helps center me, brings me back to focus.
Well, that's good to hear. Thanks for sharing your stories with us.
Like, thank you for having me for this interview.
I think this game of Dragon Chess will help you focus a bit more as well.
Okay, I think so. Hey, Ephraim,
Mhm.
may we have that piece that you're playing with?
Nope. I'm taking it.
I...
Bye.
Doug, I'll just say, have a good awakening. Now I need to go chase after Aether.
Okay, stalemate then.
I'll bring you back another time to finish the game. Bye! But with that assurance on, we can always call on you. Does anyone else have any follow-up questions?
Are we gonna end on murdering children? We gotta have something more positive to end the interview on.
Yeah.
All right.
First time your guest goes out crying.